folks, and welcome back to Ghostmaster. Today I am going to be doing Weird Séance, the second or third level of Ghostmaster's first section, depending on what order you do things in. It doesn't really matter, but you will get ghosts, of course, from these levels, and then you can use those ghosts in the subsequent levels, so it makes a slight difference, I suppose, which one you do them in, but you can do them in any order, and it won't necessarily be any harder. So, let's go with this one first.
The smug and irritating youths of the Alpha.
This guy has the most amazing voice, by the way.
Mock the supernatural and do not respect the dead. One desires that they be made to experience the full power of the spirit world. And now, an opportunity has arisen. As the young mortals gather for a party, three socially maladjusted individuals are attempting a séance in the basement. The members of the fraternity believe they are tuning up their generator, not calling upon the spirit world. They are opening the door. You must not disappoint them. Everyone must be driven away in terror. Then they will know the true power of the supernatural.
So, as you heard him say, our goal here is to drive everyone away. That seems to be the default goal for every level, but there are side goals that do have to be met, usually. In one case, you do actually have to unite the Headless Horseman's skull with his grave, and things like that. So there are important side objectives that need to be done correctly, or you essentially fail, but can still sort of make it through. And, yeah. As you will notice, the poltergeist is grayed out here. That is because there are, in fact, no children on this map, so he would be completely useless. I know from past experience that I'm gonna need this one to free one of the ghosts. The large area of effect guys who have various different places they can go are always very helpful. So it's good to bring them along pretty much all the time. Clatterclaws is one of the ghosts I use, I think, most often in my previous playthroughs. Boo, not so much, but, you know, from time to time. And electricity things are all over the place, so let's go with that.
Drive the Alpha Tau fraternity from their frat house.
As you can see, there are a lot of people on this one, and there are also a lot of ghosts. So let's bounce down here. And we'll go with this guy.
You would think being chopped up for illegal research would be enough indignity. Without kids stealing all that's left of me, this jar's lid isn't as snug as those I'm accustomed to. If you break me out, I'll help you create quite a spectacle.
And his name is a hilarious pun. Now, there are multiple ways to free several ghosts. I believe in this case, you can have someone pick up the jar, then scare them and have them drop it. But I've never really gotten that to work, so the other option is to just have this Aether creature use Shattering Song, but of course you need 120 plasma to use it. So that's a later goal. Let me figure out the map here. And then we talk to Lucky.
Hello, I'm Lucky, and this Lucky's beeping table. Table usually warm and safe, but sometimes table zaps Lucky, which Lucky not lie. Table only zaps when two-legged things play well, though, and two-legged things not play so well no more. So Lucky stay here and keep warm.
So this is the cat that was killed by the short-circuiting pinball machine, and since everyone's so terrible at it now, it doesn't zap anymore. So your options are to play the other level first and get a guy who can fetter to the deer head, which is murder, violence, emotional, kind of hilarious, and he can cause sparks to fly from various things in the room, and that will free the cat. Or alternatively, much easier, is you can use Lucky's own abilities. You can actually use the abilities of ghosts who are not yet freed, you just can't move them, and give people luck. So if I use Charm, this dude now has a 4-leaf clover over his head, and he will do well, which means he will most likely win, causing the machine to short-circuit and zap Lucky. There's also the opposite, where you can jinx people and cause them to have bad luck, meaning they will go and electrocute themselves on light switches, slip on things, just basically hurt themselves, which doesn't so much cause fear as it causes belief, which is, you know, perfectly good, helps you scare them later. Okay, the Gravenville that you may have just heard is the most repeated sound by male figures in this game. Good God, it is annoying. But it's also kind of funny, just because if anyone's played this game for an extended period of time, they know.
Beeping table not warm and safe at all. Perhaps Lucky will play with you until next nap time.
And there we go. While I was talking, that dude won on the pinball table, zapped the cat, and all is well. We then go up and talk to the final ghost.
Hey dude, like, what do you call it when my 3 geekazoid friends hold a seance for me? Nerdromancy! Hey! I killed me, man! And that dumb hazing stunt the Alpha Towers put me up to was suicide! I need payback on the leader, man! Make like Linda Blair and set his head is spinning!
So, he always confused me. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Essentially, he was killed by a hazing stunt. And he wants you to get revenge on, I believe it's just this guy who's sleeping right next to him.
Yeah.
No. This one, Ted Gable. I believe he wants revenge on that guy. So, essentially, as soon as you get him running away from in fear, you free Wendell. Which, is something that's going to happen anyway, so he is simple enough to get. I'm going to see if I can't get the alternate way of getting him to free. So let's see. Use only the current power band, and Fascinate. Now Fascinate is an ongoing ability. It never really ends until you just tell it to stop. And what it does is it makes the humans really interested in the fetter in question. In this case, it makes them interested enough to pick it up. So, if you then set... Oh. Let's see, what can we get someone to do? You can pretty much just get someone to show up. You can't even bind him, he's too expensive. Let's see. Aha! Cut lights. Alright, so we want someone to pick it up. Then we stick Lucky down somewhere, cause fear, and they should drop it. Unfortunately, Fascinate does not have the best track record of actually working long term. So, I'm just going to call that off. I could use Ice Breath instead, which is another ongoing effect, which, if this works right, should cause the room to... No, okay. Well, you can stack effects like Ice Breath, and there's another one that's like makes the room cold. And the room will actually be covered in frost. If you combine things like Ice Breath and other cold abilities with rain outside, you can actually make it snow. So they did put some thought into how powers combine. Unfortunately, you cannot combine fire, earth, water, and wind, and heart, and create Captain Planet. It is really too bad. Anyway, lame jokes aside, let us do something... Oh. What? No. Turn off. Find you here, and cause some general mayhem. That's weird, it doesn't seem to have actually caused fear, they're just interested. So I guess what we do is swap it out. Now you can see she is freaked out enough to start running. And I always like to pick on the one guy. Damn, that dude is brave. Also very mentally stable. Good for him. Alright, let's just start throwing some guys around to gain some general power, because you see we've now bumped ourselves up to 85. And we've gotten ourselves up to 100. 110. Oh, and his target disappeared, so now he's doing something else. Just want to get a bit more power. Ah, you are useless to me. You.
This jar's tough.
No. Fascinate again. Alright, someone needs to pick the thing up. I know it happens. I have in fact seen it happen. Oh, you may also notice that you do lose plasma slowly over time. So it's best to get things out of the way quickly, if at all possible. No! Pick up the damn jar! Fine then. Get scary ghost person. This, of course, scares everyone because they see him as an ice statue, and he is an ice statue. So, you know, kind of scary. Alright, let's actually cause some damage here. What can I do? Yes, he requires violence. Deer heads are violent, apparently. Or I guess they represent violence. How is this causing belief? I think this would cause fear if they were seeing this part of it. This is fun, though. Violence, emotional. I don't have anyone who's emotional. Yeah, this level is actually quite hard because early on you can come back to a play later and it becomes way easier. But until that point, you're kind of screwed. But it works well to just kind of pile your guys up. And eventually, people get scared and start running. And you get the power to do interesting things. Let's check on the basement. How are things going down here? You people are boring. Are they scared of water? And you will notice that the red does continue going, so ongoing effects can sometimes cause ongoing fear, which very slowly grows. This dude must be scared of water, because he's growing remarkably fast for leak. You know, I'm just gonna leave him at that, and he can continue scaring this one dude. You have fun with that. People are slowly becoming terrified of this room, which of course is the cue to move on to this room. Catch her! Yeah! Oh, you missed. Jerk. Fine then. We will put you doing various crazy things there. And so yeah, that's kind of all this game is. You move your ghosts around until you manage to scare everyone away, but there is a tactical element to it that I find really interesting. The way things will mix, different abilities will mix together. The way you sometimes have to use abilities very specifically in a very specific order to get things you need done. 243. How much does this take? 120. How much are you taking up? I bench you. Oh, I do! Sweet. Alright, let's get this guy out of here. Now, of course, Shattering Song does have a range, especially since it's outside, but it goes through the window. Close enough.
Oh, that's so much better. That thick glass was playing havoc with my vision.
Funny story, this game is actually how I learned that your eyes are connected to your brain backwards like that. I know, so funny, isn't it? Other than that, this Aether is kind of useless. Doesn't cause fear, barely causes belief. Ooh, no, this needs to happen here, right away. Damn it, no! No one's in the room anymore! Unfortunately, I think doing only use powers if mortal is present does cut off ongoing effects, so annoyance there. Of course, basketball is violent. Oh, we have already scared 2 people away. I was not aware of that. Oh, we are going over our power limit. That's what that sound means. If you leave it on there for a while, you will actually be kicked out of the level, if I remember correctly. It does not like you sticking things in there that are using far too much power for their own good. Ah, there we go. That's some fear. And now we're slowly building up to what we need. Usually when you hit about halfway on the bar, or have scared off about half the people, the high tempo music will begin. So you'll hit midpoints like this where people are freaking out and stuff is going on all over the place, but you still have this suspense music. Wow. There's a cue for getting the hell out of here. Have fun with that, that's all. Oh, of course you're out of powers. Use Spark here eventually. I do like the music of the Dominate. Now I should, let's see, what is he? Fetter Murder. Okay, so I can only put him there. So I'll move you to the couch. Put you there. Crank you up to whatever you can do. Same with you. I really don't know what the point of that screaming is. Probably read. No, really? It exists purely as a utility. That's boring. I don't bring Aether into combat very often. Well, into levels very often. I say combat. Now, I think it's fair to say that anyone would be terrified by sudden bagpipes. I know I would be. Ah, you're all the way up. You can go all the way up. Oh wait, is anyone even down there anymore? Oh, yeah, he is. What the hell is he doing sitting down here alone? Completely unlucky. Come on. Do what you're down there to do. There we go. Usually it's good to have someone down here to just herd people back upstairs. But sometimes it doesn't work. Also, I should mention now, there are several times when these locations will actually be reused, but things will be different, and you have to pay close attention. There's, at one point, there's a house that is reused that has several witches in it, who, if you don't get them scared or set things up in a specific way, they will actually be able to banish your ghosts completely from the level.
Did you see the look on that giant dinosaur's face? Priceless, man. Definitely worth dying for.
Yeah, there are Ghostbusters ripoffs and things like those witches who can actually prevent your ghosts from being used in the level anymore after they've been banished. You don't lose them, but you don't get to use them for the rest of the level. And now we've got the high energy music. He is also inside. What's he got? Nothing great. But we'll stick him in there anyway. Oh yes, and you probably heard the most hilariously terrible scaring sound when he tries to do that chase ability. He moves slowly after him going, wah! Sounds like Waluigi. What do we got here? We have a dude who's in the process of running away, which you actually can see on this by the flashing. If the X is flashing, they are moving to run away, but they aren't actually gone yet. This dude, though, tough nut to crack, looks like. Got here. Well, we got everyone in use, so at this point there's not much we can do that is not already being done. And I think everyone is actually maxed out on their powers being used. So we just kind of have to sit back and wait. That happens from time to time. What the hell scared him on his way down the stairs? He must have walked through this room. Ooh. apparently he still has a sliver. No, he doesn't have a sliver, but he's still walking back in despite being fully scared. That was enough. Apparently the wind picking up was enough to scare him away. And with that, that is everyone scared out of this house. We've managed to rescue everyone. There are times when you won't have what you need to get everyone, or all the ghosts freed. Which is always a shame, because you have to go back and do it later, but it happens. And that took us a grand total of 17 minutes, which is 15 more than was apparently required, but whatever, screw their expectations. And with that, I'm going to call this episode as well. Next time we will be doing the Calamityville Horror. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, I will see you next time.